As we know today that Israel is one of the strongest and powerful country in the world compared to its size, but which event shaped today's Israel? Let's discuss. After first Arab-Israeli war in 1948 and 1949, relations were not normalized between Israel and its Arab neighbors. In 1956, Israel invaded Egypt because Egypt closed the Straits of Tiran for all Israeli shipping. Israel eventually withdrew as Egypt said straits would remain open. In 1967, tensions once again raised due to reclosure of the Straits of Tiran to Israeli shipping. On 5th June, Israel launched a series of airstrikes against Egyptian aircraft and Egyptian forces were caught by surprise, and nearly the entire Egyptian air force was destroyed with few Israeli losses, giving Israel the advantage of air supremacy. Simultaneously, Israeli forces launched a ground offensive into the Egyptian-occupied Gaza Strip and the Sinai Peninsula, which again caught the Egyptians by surprise. Jordan and Syria also joined forces with Egypt. After some initial resistance, Egypt ordered an evacuation of the Sinai Peninsula. The Israelis continued to pursue and inflict heavy losses on the retreating Egyptian forces and conquered the entire Sinai Peninsula by the 6th day of the war. That's why it is also known as 6th-day war or Third Arab-Israeli War. Egypt and Jordan agreed to ceasefire on 8th June and Syria agreed on 9th June. A ceasefire was signed with Israel on 11th June. In the aftermath of the war, Israel had crippled the entirety of the Egyptian, Syrian and Jordanian militaries, having killed over 20,000 troops while losing fewer than 1,000 of its own. The sweeping Israeli success was the result of a well-prepared and enacted strategy combined with the poor military and political leadership and strategy of the Arab coalition. At the end of the war, Israel had seized the Golan Heights from Syria, the West Bank including East Jerusalem from Jordan and Gaza Strip as well as the entire Sinai Peninsula from Egypt. In the years that followed, Israel's international status significantly improved and became one of the major powers. The speed and ease of Israel's victory would later lead to dangerous overconfidence and one of the primary factors that led to initial Arab success in the 1973 Yom Kippur War, which however also ended in an Israeli victory. But that's a story for another day.